Oh, this is such a frustrating team to watch. The Jets lose 30-9, dropping to 3-10 on the season. Here are my top takeaways from this week's game.
Jets, Jets!
All right, I am not doing the normal intro because I am just frustrated with this team. Let's jump right into the grades. I don't want to think about this game anymore than I have to today. Jets lose 9-30 to the New Orleans Saints, and it was a really, really ugly game. I'm super frustrated on this. All right, let's jump into it. Grading some units here. Special teams wise, A+, all the way around, boys and girls. Silver lining, glass half full kind of a day. Eddie Pinheiro, 3 of 3 on field goals. We found a kicker, at least for the time being. Long was a 46-yard field goal. We did have an opportunity to go for like a 50-ish yarder, and Robert Saleh decided to go for it. We wound up making the 4th down conversion on a play to Barrios, so we didn't get to see him from that distance. So something to keep mindful of. Braden Mann had a nice bounce-back game here. He had 6 punts, 52-yard average. He had 1 downed inside the 20. I believe it was actually inside the 10 as well. And then Braxton Barrios continues to have another solid game returning the ball, both in punt returns and kick returns, and even just from like an all-around receiver perspective. This guy seems like the most reliable target right now for Zach Wilson, and he's up for a contract after this year. So I do think Braxton Berrios deserves to come back. What are you going to pay him? I don't know. You're probably not going to give him a whole heck of a lot, but I think his versatility and his consistency is something that should be noted here, and we should look to hold on to this guy moving forward. Then we get to the defense. And it's hard for me to have any sort of real concrete thought on which side of the ball was worse. I think I'm going to go with the offense on this one, but we're going to go defensive topics now. This team gets a flat-out F. We knew exactly what was going to happen today. They were going to run the ball with Taysom Hill, and he had a busted finger, so it wasn't like he was going to be throwing a whole heck of a lot. And they were going to run the ball with Alvin Kamara. Those were the 2 guys you had to watch out for, and we just could not do it. Taysom Hill winds up finishing 15 of 21, 175 yards through the air, 73 yards on the ground for 2 touchdowns. Alvin Kamara had 31 touches total, had 145 yards and a touchdown, and the Jets just could not stop a nosebleed. This is just a consistent thing week in and week out. We knew it wasn't going to be going to the receivers. It was going to be the backs out of the backfield. And I just want to see us get faster on defense and be able to really, really stop teams here. And I've said it before, and I'll preach it again. We're missing a lot of players on defense. We haven't spent a lot of assets on defense. I'm not going to lose sleep too much over like poor defensive performances right now. But man, this defense makes it hard to watch. And then that brings us to the offense. And I have to vent about a few players in particular. So right off the bat, we're without Elijah Moore, Corey Davis, Michael Carter, Tevin Coleman, and then we find out Austin Walter winds up having an illness, and he's a no-go for today. He would have been our starting running back. So we wind up with just LaMichael Pirine, Ty Johnson, and then you have the normal cast of characters for wide receiver, or not so normal cast of characters, I guess. Ty Johnson has 3 drops. 3 drops in the first quarter of this game. And I don't know how many drops we had all game. I think it was somewhere around 8 or 9. Absolutely absurd that we had that many. And look, Zach does need to place the ball better. His touch is a little bit off on a lot of throws. Like something that's I'll get into in just a little bit. But Ty Johnson not making catches, absolutely infuriating. I don't want to see this guy on the field. LaMichael Pirine. Man. Not good. This guy is just not very fast. You saw him not get any playing time before this game for the most part. I think he had like 1 or 2 snaps all season. And you kind of see why. It doesn't seem to fit. And when you have Zach Wilson as your leading rusher for the day with 33 yards, that tells you all you need to know about your running backs for the day. And then wide receiver-wise, I get it. No Corey Davis, no Elijah Moore. This is an opportunity for Keelan Cole, Jamison Crowder, and Denzel Mims to really step up and kind of show what they're made of, especially Denzel Mims. This is a guy that was stuck behind Corey Davis. Guys that we were pounding the table to get Denzel Mims out on the field. And I'm done. I'm so done with Denzel Mims. Like, I had his back. I was so elated when we wound up drafting him. I was like, this guy's going to be a stud, 4.3 speed, over 6 feet tall. Like, this guy can catch. He's going to be a gamer, and he's going to be a good player for the Jets long term. I was so flat out wrong, and the coaches were so right on not playing this guy early in the season. He winds up having 2 penalties. 2 penalties. I want to say they were back-to-back, too. There was one illegal hands to the face on the cornerback. So he winds up putting his hand right up in the face mask. You know you're not allowed to do that. That is a discipline issue, first and foremost. Not a good penalty. And this is at the end of the half when we're trying to get a field goal or any kind of points to go into halftime. Then he follows that up with an illegal formation. Illegal formation. How do you not know where to line up? How do you not know where to line up? That is like the epitome of just knowing what you have to do. Like, the whole crowd is yelling at it. It's asinine. Absolutely asinine. Denzel Mims does not belong on this team. I do expect him and P. Ryan to get cut. Ty Johnson, I don't want to see him much longer. He might be gone after the season as well. This team, I have not wanted to bring in a number 1 wide receiver because I thought we had a lot of solid depth. I wanted to see Mims develop. But this offseason, there's going to be a ton of free agent wide receiver options that are available. You're talking Devontae Adams if you really want to go top of the barrel, Chris Godwin, Allen Robinson, Michael Gallup. There's got Juju Smith-Schuster. There's going to be a ton of free agent wide receivers that you could bring in. And now you probably have to start considering, do you draft another wide receiver really high? It's not an area I wanted to do that with at all. I was hoping to spend the majority of these assets on defense this offseason, but I think you're probably going to have to add some type of wide receiver in a big way, whether it be a top draft pick or a free agent. I kind of err on the free agent side of things. But man, it's not good. It's really not good for this team. And then we get into Zach. So Zach winds up finishing 19 completions, had 42 attempts. He was actually sacked 3 times. So he actually attempted 45 passes, 202 yards, 33 rushing yards. And a lot of that was fluff at the end of this game because he had about 175 yards before the final drive after Taysom Hill goes off on that 50-yard touchdown or whatever it was. Not good from your rookie quarterback. And like I said, he did not get a lot of help. He didn't have a lot of his weapons. His top 4 weapons were all gone. You could argue his top 5 with Austin Walter being out. And then you don't have tight ends. Like, this kid is definitely severely hamstrung, but he is missing easy throws. He had plays to Griffin out in the flat that could have been easy first downs. Like, there was opportunities for Zach Wilson and his receivers to get some things going early in this game, to get some easy first downs, to call some more plays, to get this time of possession. It was so lopsided. I want to say it was like 38 minutes to 22 minutes. Like, that's a massive amount of time difference in an NFL game. Normally it's like plus or minus 3 to 4 minutes, and this you just can't have this. So when I'm looking at Zach Wilson, I am definitely concerned. I'm still ride or die Zach. I'm not giving up on this kid. There's no one in this draft that I'm remotely looking at. I want to support this team. I want to build around Zach for this entire offseason. I would go so far as to say the next 2 years. Just completely build around him. And then look, if it's the worst case scenario, if he winds up being a complete bust and he's not the guy that you thought he was coming out of BYU, then you have a rock solid team around him and you can do what you want to do after that. But man, I would be lying if I said that I feel warm and fuzzy about Zach Wilson right now. It's just a frustrating day. Just a really frustrating day, and I want to get more out of my Jets than what I'm getting out of them right now. So boys and girls, let me know what your thoughts of this game were. Are there any positives to take away? Am I literally just saying like special teams, kicker, punter, like kick returner? That's it? Those are the only guys that had good games? Guys, let me know in the comments down below. And as always, go Jets.
Jets!